Good day, traders, and welcome to Trading Waves weekly outlook of the Forex market. Right, guys, I'm going to be your host. My name is Sandy Lengobo. Victor is not available for this week. And once again, apologies for the technical error that we had earlier. Right, so let's get started. In front of the screen right here, we have our contact details there. If you wish to contact us, you can just email us there. There's the email address, vmanen@gmail.com. Below that, we've got our WhatsApp number. Just take note that our WhatsApp number has changed. This is a new WhatsApp number that we have here. And below that, we've got a Telegram channel where you can just join, where we do announcements regarding the company. And we also post our webinars that we are doing right now, okay? Below that, we've got our website. You can just click on that link there. If you wish to contact us or if you want to make any inquiries, you can just click on that link there. It will take you direct to our website. And below that there, we've got our Twitter there, our link, and our Facebook link. If you guys wish to follow us on our social media, you can follow us there. Sometimes we will just share trade setups there or the weekly charts. Sometimes we'll share there, and we also share there on our social media pages our trade setup, how they played out, and our forecast. We also share them there, right. So what you see on Facebook is what you'll get on Twitter. Right, let's get started. Or just before that, guys, we've got the course that is currently running. It's running smoothly. This is our second week in the course, and our next course will be on the 8th of February next year. If you still want to join us, you can still purchase for that course. Remember, our course, it comes in a pre-recorded. So as soon as you purchase the course, you get to access our recorded videos so that on a live session, you can have questions if you got any during the recorded course you were going through, right? Let's get started and see how did the markets played out last week. What did we forecast and how did that play out? All right, let's look at our charts here. All right, this was pound ODM. The focus was that we're going to get a move to the downside. This was our forecast here, right? And let's see how did pound OD play out. Let's see how did pound OD play out there. You can see that we've already got a move to the downside that we were expecting, even though it is coming down correctively, but we are getting that move to the downside here on pound OD. And the expectation is that we still get a move to the downside, that at least will come around this area here before we can get a move to the upside. Just take note, guys, on the pairs that I'm looking now, doing the trade recaps, the focus recap, I won't be going through them on a live analysis when you go to the live charts. Okay. So the expectation here on a pound OD now is that we had this three wave move to the upside, yeah, and now we are getting these three waves to the downside. That's why we're still expecting that last piece to the downside. Then after that, we will be expecting for that move to the upside there. So it's just simply a WXY structure that we are looking at before we can get a move to the downside. But it's a long-term focus. For now, we are focusing this. We are going to focus on this move to the downside and this three-wave structure to the upside. Okay, let's move forward. Ketchief, we forecasted that we're going to get a move to the downside. Yeah, this was the forecast. Let's see how did that one play out. Right, you can see that we've already got that move to the downside here on a Ketchief. We're around here and we got this move to the downside. Now the expectation and the focus is that we are going to get this move to the upside here on Ketchief. So any moves or any flex that you get here on Ketchief, we look for a move to the upside there. But guys, don't just go and buy this immediately on the market open. You have to use your own strategy. We've got a special indicator that confirms to us if that move to the upside is ready, right? Let's move forward. EuroCAD, the focus was that we were going to get a move to the upside. We were looking at this structure here. We were expecting that we were going to get this three-wave structure and then a move to the downside. So the overall structure was this one here on EuroCAD. This was the overall structure that we were looking at here. Right, we had this is a three-wave structure to the downside for this W. Now we've got these three waves. Now we are looking for this move to the downside that is going to be similar to that one there. So the forecast was that when we were here, we forecasted this when we were here, that we are going to get a little bit of a push to the upside before we can get this move to the downside. Let's see how did EuroCAD play out. inch perfect, you can see that we got the move to the upside. We were around here, we were expecting that we were going to get this little push to the upside and then this drop. So you can see we've got that move and now we are already dropping. So any corrections you get there or any flags on EuroCAD, expect for more downside there. Okay, so that is the updated chart for you guys, luckily. So we'll be expecting that we get a more move to the downside, at least to come and take this level before we can get a move to the upside. Moving forward, pound CAD. So the forecast was that we are going to get this move to the downside. Right, just a bigger picture here on a EuroCAD. This is what we're looking at here. This was the three waves, and then three waves to the downside. We had this as a three waves to the upside. So the expectation is that we get this three wave structure to the downside before we can get a move to the upside. Right, but our forecast, it was around this area here when we forecasted. Let's see how did a pound CAD play out. Right, you can see that pound CAD played out inch perfect, even though it's coming down correctively. But the expectation is that we still get this move to the downside there before we can take off to the upside. Right, so you'll see this one on a live chart. I'll show you the bigger structure on this one, why we'll be expecting a move to the upside after this move here. Let's move forward. Euro Chief. The forecast was that we were going to get this move to the upside. Yeah, we're looking at this last piece of was our wave 5. Let's see how did the market play out there. Right, you can see that we've already got that move to the upside that we were expecting. This is the last move that we were expecting, and after that we were focusing that we were going to get this move to the downside. So we've already got this move here, even though we're still expecting that we are going to get at least a little bit push to the downside before we can resume higher on Euro Chief. Next, right, Euro US dollar. Right, in a couple of weeks, guys, you'll notice that we've been forecasting that we are going to get, we were looking at this structure as a three waves to the downside, and we were looking at this as a three waves up. Now, the forecast was that we are going to get a three wave to the downside for a move here before we can take off to the upside. Right, so some of the forecast, guys, will get wrong, but if you look closely, this forecast was done here. This chart was done previous Sunday. This was done on a Sunday and it was shared to the members. I should be using the website and showing you them. Should be using the website. But after we considered, we look at this clear move here. We look at this. This was the core, all the corrective structure that we were looking for, and we were ready to resume higher. We did not get this move here because we were still expecting that you're going to get the move to the downside. But eventually, when we got here, this is when we started to look for the move to the upside on Euro US dollar. Let's see how did Euro US dollar play out after. Apologies, let me just go back there on a Euro US dollar. This was the forecast before chart, and you can see now that we've already moved a couple of pips here, a couple of 100 pips on Euro US dollar, right? So our focus was right here, and now we've already moved a couple of 100 pips, and the expectation is that we get this three-wave structure here, and we'll be expecting for this move to the upside. Right, let's move forward. US dollar chief, just like Euro US dollar, we were expecting that we were going to get this structure here. But after reviewing the structures, we saw that, and the indicator confirmed to us that we were no longer going to get this move to the upside. At some point, we were looking for a move to the upside from these levels here. But after the indicator just confirmed to us that the move is going to be to the downside. Let's see how did US dollar chief played out. Right, you can trade the structures, guys. You can't trade the structures alone. You need to have something that is going to assist you. Remember, these charts here are computer generated, so that's why we use that specific indicator that helps us to show where is the bias of the market. So you can see on US dollar chief, after this move, we're expecting that we are going to get a move to the upside like this. This was the structure. This is an Elliot wave structure. But the indicator confirmed to us that we are no longer going to get that move to the upside, and it confirmed for a move to the downside. And this is how US dollar chief has played out. Inch perfect. We're a couple of 100 pips up there on US dollar chief. Right, just like US dollar CAD, the expectation was that we were going to get a move like this here. but the indicator confirmed to us that we are no longer going to get that move. We're going to get a move to the downside here. So these charts were all forecasted on the previous Sunday, and this is what the members got to benefit. Right, and let's see how did US dollar CAD play out. Right, couple of 100 pips there. We've seen that your US dollar CAD, it has gone to the downside, and the expectation from the current levels is that if we get any continuation pattern, we will be looking for a move to the downside. That's what the indicator is telling us, that we must still expect for a move to the downside there. Chief Yen, this was the forecast that we we're going to get a move to the upside here before we get a move to the downside. Let's see how did that one play out. Right, inch perfect, you can see that we've got the move that we were looking for. We've got this move to the upside here, and now the expectation is that we start to get a move to the downside here. Right, just because you've got that focus, guys, it does not mean that you just have to go on a market open and then you start to sell this one. You have to wait for a confirmation. So we use a specific indicator that gives us a confirmation. So you have to use your own strategy before you can take this move to the downside, because all we know is that this can still continue higher like this. So the indicator will have to give us a confirmation. Right, so that's all what we had on the previous week. So let's get straight to the market analysis. Right, let's go to the live charts. Right, let's start with Euro US dollar. So you saw this one, so I'll quickly run on these US dollar pairs. You almost saw all of them. So Euro US dollar, we're still expecting that we're going to get a move to the upside. The move to the upside is not yet finished. So we're still expecting that we get a three-wave structure, and then we'll be looking for this move to the upside there. Let me just show you structure here on a daily. Let me just show you in a daily. Why are we looking for that move to the upside on Euro US dollar? Okay, so this is the structure that we're looking at here. Impulsive move to the upside, 5 waves, which is our wave A here. And we look at this here as a corrective structure for our wave B. Now the expectation is that we get this last move for a C before we can consider a move to the downside. So you can still see that we still got a long way for Euro US dollar to climb higher. Right. Let's go back on a 4-hourly. Right, this is not supposed to be here. It should be showing this move to the upside here. Let me just zoom in my charts. Right, so we've got this move to the upside here. Second wave, we are expecting that we're going to get a third wave here, and then a last push of a fifth wave. That will be our wave one. Then we'll be expecting this move to the downside, and then we continue higher. So you can see we are just expecting that a minor correction here, and then we'll be expecting for a move higher on Euro US dollar. Right, let's get on pound US dollar. Right, so pound US dollar, we've been focusing this for a couple of time now. This is the structure that you are looking at here on a pound US dollar. We are looking for this structure here before we can get a move to the upside. So this is still our forecast. We are still looking for that move to the downside, but that move, it needs to be confirmed by the indicator. We won't just go and sell that just because we've checked this level. The indicator needs to confirm to us. Let me just zoom out there and show you the structure. Let me just, I'm gonna switch off the labels so that I can show you the structure alone. All right, so we got the three waves to the upside here for a W. Now the expectation is that we get this move to the downside. We are expecting this move here for our X. Then after that, we'll be expecting that we get this three-wave structure to the upside here. So this is a WXY structure that we are expecting here, okay? Right, let me just show you an alternative view that we can have here on pound US dollar. If this keeps on climbing higher, this is the correct, this is the possible structure that we might have here. Right, you're gonna be looking at this here as a wave 1, 2, 3 here. This is an expanding ending diagonal. This is our wave 4, and we'll be expecting for this move here. This is going to depend. If you get a corrective structure here, if you get a correction here, then we'll be looking for this move to the upside. But if you get an impulse, then we will be looking for this move there that I just showed you, for this flat corrective structure, before we can continue for this similar move here, right? So we just have to wait for the indicator to confirm for us then. Let's move forward. AUD US dollar showed you this one. We're expecting a continuation to the upside. Right, so any corrective structure at 3 waves, we'll be looking for this move to the upside here on AUD US dollar. Let me just show you the structure there. Right, so you'll see that we're looking at this here as a 1, 2, 3. This is a completed 4th wave. Now we are looking at this last move to the upside, which is going to be our wave 5. So if you get any corrections here, look for move to the upside on AUD US dollar. New Zealand dollar, expectation is the same. Expectation is the same. We're expecting that we're going to get the move to the upside here. 1, 2, extended 3rd wave. This is our 4th wave here, and we're looking for this last piece of wave 5 if you focus on the yellow. Right, so now we already got this move to the upside for our wave 1. Now look at the red minor degree. We've got our wave 1 here, our wave 2. Now we've got this wave 3. Now there's a possibility here that we might going to get a move to the downside like this, a 3-wave corrective structure, but that will be a continuation pattern for the 5th wave. So our wave 3 here in red will be here. Right, so we're gonna have our wave 3 here, and we're gonna expect our wave 4, and then after that we'll be expecting for a move to the upside there on New Zealand US dollar. Right, should be showing you guys this on our website. Should be showing you this on a website. So this is what the guys get to benefit here. These charts are updated every Sunday. They're updated, and if there are any change of structures on a 1 hourly, we update them accordingly. All right. So let's just take a look here on the website. This was the forecast. Euro US dollar has played out a move to the upside. We are around at these levels here. We are around at these levels, and we're expecting a continuation. Let's look at what was the forecast here. US dollar CAD. This was the chart that was shared on a Sunday, and we're around at these levels. We're expecting a continuation there. This is just to show you what the members get to benefit here. All these charts are here, guys. AUD US dollar, we've looked at it. We're expecting this continuation here. We are around at this level here. We are expecting a continuation to the upside. New Zealand US dollar, we were around this area here when we made the forecast. We've moved, we're around at this area here. We are still expecting that continuation to the upside. Right, let's look at the dollar index. We haven't looked at this one on live chart. So the dollar index, just like US dollar chief, we were forecasting that we were going to get a move to the upside, looking for that corrective structure. But the indicator said to us the move was to the downside, and that's what was forecasted on a Sunday in the 29th of November. Let me just zoom in there so that you guys can see that date clear there. Right. This was on the 29th of November. This was last Sunday. You can see there, this was 29th of November, and this is what the members got to see here before the move played out. So dollar index, we are around at these areas here, and we are still expecting a continuation to the downside. Let's look at the live chart of the dollar index. Right, let's look at the dollar index. Right, just like Euro US dollar, we're still expecting for a move to the downside there on that dollar index. If you get any corrective structures here, look for that move to the downside. Let me just zoom in my chart there. Right, so if you get any continuation, look for that move to the downside on the dollar index. Right, let's move to the yen pairs, starting with US dollar JPY. US dollar yen, this was the forecast here. Let's look on the website. Let's look at the yen pairs. Right, so in US dollar yen, this was the forecast that we were going to get this move to the downside here. But now what the market has done, we've just got this correction. They've just expanded this corrective structure here from what we're expecting now. We will be expecting that we are going to get this three-wave structure to the upside. Then after that, we'll be expecting for a move to the downside. Let me just show you the bigger structure here on the US dollar yen. Let me just show you them. US dollar yen, we had these three waves to the downside. This is the three-wave structure I'm referring to. And now what are we getting? Let me just switch off them so that it won't confuse you. We got the three waves to the downside, and now we've got this here as a running flat corrective structure here. This is a running flat corrective structure that we got here, and now the expectation is that we are going to get these three more waves to the downside here, right? We are expecting that US dollar yen can come and take this low before we can start to get a move to the upside. So that's the expectation structurally. Right, let me just show you the labels there. Right, so we are expecting that we are going to get this move. We've got this move to the downside already. So now we are expecting to get this move before we can get this move to the downside here, right? That will just be a simple W. Then after that, we'll be expecting for an X before we can continue for a Y there. Just show you on the website what was the forecast. US dollar yen. This was the forecast here that we are going to get this move. The forecast has not changed, guys. The structure is just a slightly changed there. We are now getting this structure here. We are getting this structure, and we'll still be expecting for this move to the downside here. So this move here is this one here, guys. This is the move here, and then we'll be expecting this move here. This will be this move, and this one here will be this move here. Then after that, we'll be expecting for that move to the upside on US dollar yen. Pound yen. Right, pound yen, where this was the forecast here that we're going to get this move to the downside. We're expecting that we're going to get this move to the downside. This is just to show you guys that we do get some forecast wrong. So now the US dollar, pound yen, what he has done, it has come up here and take this low. So now the structure is just a little bit of a change of a structure. We are still expecting that we are going to get this flat corrective structure here, right? This move to the downside that we've been looking for, we are still looking for it, just that the structure now has a bit of a change, just like that, but the direction is still the same. Let's look on the live chart. Pound yen. Pound yen live chart. Right, that is the chart there on a pound yen. So this is the expectation. We've got three waves up for a W here. So we are looking for these three waves to the downside for an X. And then after that, we'll be looking for a move to the upside. So this is just a simply WXY structure that you are looking for. So short term pound yen, expect this move to the downside there. Right, let's move forward. This was a pound yen. Let's look at euro yen. Euro yen, this was the forecast that we are going to get this move to the downside. This is just to show you guys that we do get some forecast wrong. So now what we have here, we've had euro yen. It has come around this level here, and the expectation is that we are going to get this move. This still does qualify as an expanding flat corrective structure. So the expectation will be we get this move to the downside. Three waves similar to this one. Then after that, we will be looking for that move to the upside. Let's go on a live chart on a euro yen. Euro yen. Right, so euro yen, this is the expectation there. We've got the three waves to the downside. This is the three wave that we've got here. And now we are getting this corrective structure here. This is an expanding flat corrective structure. And then the expectation is that we get this three wave structure that will be similar to this one. Then after that, we will be looking for a move to the upside there on euro yen. All right, so short term, if you get this impulsive move here and you get a correction, look for this move to the downside on euro yen. CAD yen. Right, CAD yen, this is the expectation here. We've got the three waves to the upside. This is the three waves here that we've got here. And now we are expecting for this corrective structure to be completed before we can get this move to the upside here. This move here, guys, this is the move that we are looking to trade here. We are looking at this similar move to this one here. Let me just go on a full screen so that I can show you clearly. Right, so we got these three waves to the upside here. Three waves as a correction. This is the corrective structure that we had here. And now the expectation is that we get this similar move to this one here. So that's why we're looking for this move to the upside on CAD yen. Right, let me just draw that one. That last leg, let me just draw it neatly. So we are looking for this move here on CAD yen that will be similar to this move here. Right, but for short term, let's expect that you're going to get the move to the downside. We're looking at that here as a flat corrective structure here. Then after that, we'll be looking for that move to the upside there. Right, so you don't just go and sell that because we've got the forecast there. You don't just go and sell that. You need to wait for a confirmation because all we know is that this could just still crawl higher like that. But that is just a forecast, guys. This is just a forecast. What are we looking at? Structurally, this is what we are expecting. Right, New Zealand yen. Let's just go on a website. Let's see what was the forecast on a New Zealand yen here. 4 hourly, this is what the expectation that we're going to get a move to the upside. We were expecting that move, last move to the upside, and then we get a move to the downside. And that is still the expectation. Let's go on a live chart. Let's see what we have here. Right. We've got this move to the upside that we're looking for. So now the expectation is that we get three waves to the downside, and then we'll be looking for a move to continue higher. Let me just show you the full structure there. Right, so we are looking at this move here. This is a 5-wave structure. This is a 5-wave structure. So after that, what we're expecting, a correction, then we'll be expecting a continuation for a C wave there. Right, short term, look for New Zealand yen. Expect some weakness on the New Zealand yen or some strength on the yen. Let's look at AUD yen. Similar structure to New Zealand yen. Right, so we are looking at this move here as a move to the upside. This is the move that we've got here. Now the expectation is that we get three more waves to the downside before we can get a move to the upside there. Just take note that move is going to be expected to be in an impulsive because we are looking at this here as our wave A here. We are looking at this here as an impulsive move way A. Now with the expectation is that we get a B, then after that we'll be looking for a move to the upside for a C. Just for your own sake, guys, let me just show you the overall direction that you are looking at on AUD yen. So that is the expectation that after we get this move to the downside, we'll be expecting for the move to the upside, move to the downside, and then a move to the upside. Right, so you can see that we are still expecting to see more strength on the Australian dollar. All right, let's go to the US dollars. US dollars, we are still expecting that you're going to get a move to the downside. Just move around the area here. Let me just show you the structure that you are expecting on USD ZAR. Right, US dollar ZAR, the expectation here is that you're going to get a little bit of a move to the downside. So this is the expectation that you're going to get a move to the downside and then get a move to the upside. We are looking at this three-wave structure here on US dollar ZAR, and then we'll be expecting US dollar ZAR to can go and climb to the all-time high there, right? So for now, just expect a little move to the downside around that area here, then expect a move to the upside. Right, let's move on. Let's look at the Euro pairs, Euro Audi. Right, Euro OD, the expectation is that you're going to get this move to the downside here. We are looking at this structure here. Let me just zoom in. Euro OD, this is the expectation. We've got this as a wave 1 or 2 here. This is as a wave 3 here. And now we are looking at this structure here as our wave 4, expanding flat corrective structure. So the expectation is that we get a move to the downside here, all right? So you need to just get a confirmation here, and then we'll be looking for this move to the downside on Euro OD. Let's look at Euro New Zealand. Should be showing you guys this on a live chat. Right, Euro New Zealand, we'll be looking for the move to the downside. We are looking at this as a 3-wave structure to the downside here. This is a 3-wave structure to the downside, and we are looking at this here as a flat, as a running flat corrective structure. So the expectation is that you get a move to the downside here to complete that Y there in red. If you look at this Y here, if you look at this degree here, so the expectation is that we get a similar move to this one to the downside. Euro Chief, we've gone through to this one here. The expectation for this one is for the move to the upside. We've went through this one. So we're expecting a little bit of a push to the downside and then a continuation to the upside here. Euro Pound, expecting for a move to the upside here. If you get any corrective structures here on this looks like it is ready. So you look at this here as a 3-wave structure to the upside. So we'll be looking for this move to the upside on Euro Pound. Let me just zoom in there. Let me just zoom in into that chart there. Right, so you can see that we've already got this move here. This is a 3-wave structure that we've got here. So now the expectation will be that we get a move to the upside. Let me just show you this one on an updated chart on the website. Let me just show you that one, updated chart. Let's go to the euros. Europe. Euro Pound, that is an updated chart there. So we are expecting for this move to the upside there. So if you get any corrections here, just get that move to the upside there on Euro Pound. So we still got a long way that we're expecting. So first target, we'll be looking at around this area here. Right, let's look at EuroCAD. Right, let me just switch off that there. EuroCAD, this is what we're expecting of it. We're expecting for more continuation to the downside. So the overall structure that we're looking at here, we are looking at this at least to come and take here before we can get a move to the upside. So any flags that you get here, look for a continuation on a EuroCAD. Get any flags around here, look for a move to the downside. So at least to come around that area there before we can look for an upside move. Pound OD, I've showed you this one during trade recaps. So this is the expectation here. We've got this move to the upside here. This is the 3 waves that we've got to the upside. And now we are looking at this here as a 3-wave structure to the downside. Then after that, the expectation will be that we get a move to the upside there. Right, so this is just a simply WXY structure here. Then after that, we'll be expecting for that move to the downside. So short-term move on Pound OD, expect this short-term move to the downside, and then we'll be looking for this right to the upside. This right to the upside is this one here. Pound New Zealand. Okay, let me just show a detailed structure here on this one. So we had this move to the upside here. And now the expectation is that we are going to get this. This is what we are looking for. This is a 3-wave structure that we are looking at. And then after that, we will be looking for this move to the upside. We will be looking for this move to the upside, which will be this degree here, right? So for now, we're just looking to complete that corrective structure here. So the forecast for now is that we are expecting that we are going to get this move to the upside here, right? This is a 3 waves up, 3 waves to the downside. Now the expectation is that we get 3 waves to the upside, which could also come in a form of an impulsive. If that's the case, then we are going to have an ABC structure here instead of the WXY structure. So for now, the focus is just that we are going to get this move to the upside before we can get a drop to the downside and then up and then a move to the down. So you can see that on a pound New Zealand, we are still in this sideways structure here. Pound CAD, we showed this one on a forecast on a forecast recap. We are expecting that we're going to get this move to the downside here. I've showed you that I was going to show you the overall structure. Why are we expecting pound CAD that it can come here? We are looking at this move to the upside here as an A, and then we are looking at this here as a wave B, and we will be expecting for a move to the upside. So you can see that our wave B, it has not yet finished. The sequence still says we must get at least one more move to the downside, come around this area here, and then after that we'll be expecting for a move to the upside there. Let me just zoom in there. Let me just show you here. So we had this here as a 3 waves move to the downside. This is a 3 waves that we've had here. For a W, we had this as a 3 wave structure to the upside for an X here. And now what are we looking for? We are looking for a similar move to this one here as a 3 wave structure to the downside. Then we'll be looking for this move. Right, so any continuation patterns you get here, expect pound CAD for a move to the downside. Pound chief, expecting for the move to the downside here. Right, showed you this structure for a couple of times. Let me just show you what is the expectation here. We had this here as a move to the upside. This is a move to the upside as our wave A here. This is our wave A here, and we are looking at this here as this is our A here, and we're looking at this as a 3 wave structure for a W. We got a 3 wave to the upside for an X. Now the expectation is that we get 3 more waves to the downside for a Y, which will be similar to this move here. And then after that, we'll be looking for a move to the upside. That is just a simply A, B, C there. So I should be using a different color so that you guys can see. Okay, let me just do that there. Right, that will be an ABC structure. Let's just show you them. Right, so this will be going to be an A. Sure, let me just use a different color, guys. This is going to be our A here, and we'll be looking at this. This WXY structure here is our wave B, and after that, we'll be looking for a move to the upside. So short term, look for this move to the downside there on a pound chief. Let me show you the structure there for the sake of interest. So there's the structure that I was showing you there. 1, 2, 3 to the downside to complete that B, and then after that we get this move to the upside here. All right, let's look at the crosses. AUD New Zealand expecting a move to the upside here. We are looking at this move to the upside here. This is our wave A here. We got this move to the upside, our wave A, and we are looking at this here as a corrective structure, an expanding flat corrective structure. So the expectation will be that we'll be looking for that move to the upside there. That is going to be similar to this one here. So any flags that you get here on AUD New Zealand, expect that you're going to get this move to the upside. This is a ride that you guys won't want to miss, because we're expecting more plus or minus 700 pips to the upside that we're expecting on AUD New Zealand. Right, let's move forward. AUD CAD. Right, so AUD CAD, this is the expectation here. We're expecting that you're going to get a move to the upside here. We had this as a 5 wave structure to the upside. This is an impulsive move to the upside here. and now the expectation is that we get a three-wave structure like this here. So on a market open, we'll be expecting that we're going to get a move to the downside before we can get a move to the upside there on AUDK. Let me just show you the overall structure. Why are we expecting for a move to the upside there? So we had this move to the upside here as our A. This is our wave A here that we've had. And now we look at this here as our wave B as completed. And now we're looking for this move to the upside, which is going to be similar to this one for our wave C. Right, so that's the invalidation level there. If they come and trade around this area here, then that will be invalidating the whole count, and we'll be looking at the possibility of this structure here. This is just an alternative view that might play out and find out that our wave B is around here, and we'll be looking for this move to the upside. But for now, we are just focusing on see how is it going to react around here. So we'll be expecting for this move to the upside here. Right, let's look at New Zealand CAD. New Zealand CAD, we've got this move to the upside here as a completed wave A here. We've got this as a 5-wave structure. Now we are looking at this 3-wave structure. Then after that, we'll be looking for a move to the upside there for our wave C there. So for now, expect that you're going to get any correction you get here. Look for a move to the downside on New Zealand CAD before we can climb higher. CAD Chief, showed you this one during trade setups. The expectation is that we get this move to the upside here. Right, so we had this as a 3-wave structure for a W here, and now we've got this here as an X. Now our expectation is that we get 3-wave to the upside for that Y there, right? So that's the expectation. Alternatively, you might still get this one being extended, 3-wave structure like this, 3 waves down, before you can get these 3 waves up. So this will still be our X here, and then we get a move to the upside to complete that Y. If that's the case, they decide to extend the structure, this is the structure that we are going to have here. So we'll see when they come around here. We have a trade that is running here. So the expectation is that we get this move to the upside. Of course, it won't come in a straight line. So we are expecting this 3-wave structure here. We are expecting this 3-wave structure, just like this move here. Let me just zoom in that one. Right, so that is the expectation that we get 3 more waves to the upside, unless if you get 3 waves that will come around here. Unless we get this here, and then we'll be expecting for 3 waves before we can get a move to the upside here. New Zealand Chief. Right, we're expecting for a move to the downside here. So we had this as a 3 waves to the upside. This is the 3 waves that you've had here, an ABC structure. So now what's the expectation is that we get a 3 wave to the downside before we can move higher. Right, so market open, we'll be expecting for this 3. You can see that on almost all the New Zealand pairs, we are expecting that we are going to get this move to the downside, short-term move or pullback on a New Zealand pairs before we can get a resumption to the upside. Outer Chief. Right, so looking for a continuation to the upside here. Right, we had this move to the upside. This is an impulsive move here, wave A here, and we look at this structure is completed for our wave B, and now the expectation is that we get this similar move here. So we've already got this as a wave 1, 2, 3. This is our wave 4. So we are expecting that wave 5 to complete that wave 1 there in the higher degree. And then after that, we'll be looking for 3 waves and a continuation to the upside. Let me just zoom in there. Right. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure that we are looking at here. 1, 2, 3. This is a corrective structure here, expanding failed corrective structure. So the expectation is for that short move to the upside before we can get a deeper correction and then a continuation to the upside here. Right, let's look at gold. Right, gold, you can see here, we've been focusing for this move to come to the downside here. I'll show you on the website. But what you see on the website is exactly what you see here, right? So we've been focusing that we're going to get this move to the downside here on a gold. Now we've already got this three-wave structure to the downside. Let me just right. So this is the whole corrective structure that we've got here on gold. This is our wave 4. So now the expectation here is that we start to get a move to the upside. So we've already got this as an impulsive move. So if you get any correction, any corrective structures here, expect for a continuation of to the upside on gold. Right, so now just expect that three-wave structure to the downside, and then you'll be looking for a move to the upside. So we are looking at a wave 5 of that minor red degree there. So we are still expecting for that move to the upside on gold. Let's look at silver, similar structure to what happened to gold. Right, silver, this is the expectation here. We're looking at this structure here. This is a three-wave structure to the downside for a W, three waves up for an X. This does not look like it has completed on silver. This just looks like this is the first three-wave structure to the downside. This might just give us one more to the downside for an equal degree to this one. This have to be an equal degree to this one here. So it does not look like it has completed. So you might expect that you might get this move to the upside there and then expect to get three more waves to the downside. And then that will be a structure that will make sense because this is the structure that we're looking for. So we are still looking for that move to the downside and then a move to the upside here. Right, so that does not look like it is completed. It does not look like it is completed. If it does that, we'll be still expecting for that and then a move to the upside here. Right, let's look at Brent crude. I'm going to use the website for this one, but just to show you the structure here, we are looking at this here as our wave 1, 2, extended third wave. We are looking at this here as our fourth wave, and we've been looking at this here as a last wave 5. So look like we've got our wave 5 here. So now the expectation is that we're going to get this three-wave structure like this here. We're expecting a deeper corrective structure. Then after that, we'll be expecting for a move to the upside on crude oil. Let me just show you the structure on the website. Let's look at the commodities. For our structure, right, so we're looking at this here. This is updated structure. Okay, so we are looking at this here as our wave 1 here. Just my apologies, guys. There was these are the two alternatives that we can have here. The one that I've just shared you here. This is the one that I've just shared that we might have this one here as our fifth wave and expecting that we're going to get a deeper correction before a move to the upside, right? But again, this might be the possibility that our wave, this could just be our wave 1 here. This could just be our wave 2. The expectation is that for wave 2, we get at least a correction that will go as far as 50 to 61.8 area. So if you look at this one here, we've retraced right around 38.2. That's why I've been looking at this here as a wave 4 and a possible fifth wave here, and then after that I'll be expecting for this move, right? But we've got a different view here. So this view that we have here on the website, it says we are looking for a move to the upside here. So this is the view that we have on a website that we'll be expecting for this move to the downside and then a move higher. So we'll just see which one plays out here, guys. Just a little bit of a confusion there. All right, platinum. Continuation to the upside. We are looking at this here as our wave 1 here. This is our wave 1 here. And we look at this as a completed structure for our wave 2. Now the expectation is that we get this move to the upside. So if you get any corrective structure here on platinum, look for a continuation to the upside. This is our wave 1 here, 2. This is a wave 3. So if you get any corrective structures, look for that move to the upside here on platinum. Right, let's look at the indices. Let me show you the structure there. Let's also refer to the website here. Indices. All right, just gonna use the S&P 500. This is what we've been looking for. We are expecting that move continuation to the upside, and our forecast has not changed. We are still expecting for that move to the upside on S&P 500. Let me just show you in a live chart. Live chart, nothing that has changed on the indices. I'll just showing you here S&P 500. This has always been the forecast that we're going to get this move to the upside here, and we are still looking for that move. If you get any corrective structures here, look for a continuation to the upside on S&P 500. Just like the rest of the other indices, let's just go through them here on a live chart. Let's look at Nasdaq. Expectation is for a move to the upside here on Nasdaq. If you get any corrective structures here, look for a move to the upside. Any flags you get here, look for the continuation to the upside. We are looking to complete that fifth wave there in a intermediate yellow degree there. Let's look at industrial. Just like I've said, continuation to the upside. So if you get any flags there, look for a continuation to the upside on the industrial. We've looked at S&P 500. Let's look at DAX. Right, expectation is for a move to the upside here. Okay, you can see that we've already got a flag here. Let me just zoom in there. We've already got this move here. So I'll be expecting on the market open, I'll be expecting that we get a move. Any flags that you get here, I'll be expecting for this move to the upside. You can see that we've already got this here as a running flag structure. So the expectation is that we get this move to the upside here. Nifty, continuation to the upside here. So if you get any flags here, we'll be looking for a move to the upside. Almost all the indices, guys, they are looking for a move to the upside here. Let's look at Nikkei. Right, that is the continuation that we are looking for. We've been forecasting this from all the way around this level here. We've been looking for this move to the upside, and nothing has changed. If you get any flags, look for a continuation to the upside. So just need to be mindful here on Nikkei, because soon we'll be expecting that we are going to get a move to the downside. So you must trade this one very cautiously. But here we've got a flag. We've already got a flag here. So the expectation is that we get this one more leg to the upside there before we can start to look for a move to the downside. Okay, let's look at the last one, UK 100. Right, UK 100, that's the structure that we are looking at here. We are looking at this here. We had a three-wave structure, and we got a three-wave to the downside. We've been forecasting this three-wave to the downside, and now the expectation is that we get this move to the upside that is going to be similar to this one. So we've already got this first leg here. We've already getting that first leg that we got here. In this case, it came in the form of a W. So in this case, we are getting it in the form of an A, B, C for that Y there. So we got a W, X, Y here for that W here. So we are now looking for that last push on a UK 100. After that, we'll be expecting for wave B and then a continuation to the upside. So overall structure, this is the one that we are looking at here. We are looking at this structure here. WXY structure, and then after that, we'll be expecting for a move to the downside. All right, guys, that's all what I had for you today. Right, from my side, trade safe and have a productive week and enjoy your festive season. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.